I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city.
And I'm sure you will, but we gotta go to the dock, I believe. Because the man we're searching for is a sailor. And where would you find a sailor but by the boat docks, of course. There's a boat. Well, that doesn't look good at all. He looks dead.
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood.
Outfit, pick up note. Let's look at the wounds.
This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim.
Outfit.
This man was armed. He tried to defend himself.
Well, it didn't quite work out, did it? No, it did not. He is dead. Extremely dead. Pick up the note.
Some sort of note.
Yes, it's a note, Jonathan. Examine the boat.
Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker.
Yes.
There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Well, how do we plan to get over there to the barge? I don't think we can go in the boat. No, we cannot. We can't go that way either. Can we go this way? Nope, so I'll be taking the long way around. Not that I'm complaining, let's take a nice stroll in the rain along 1918's London, England. Well, we can't go that way. And I've got no clue where this would be going. Clearly nowhere that I can go. And this emptied me back out right where I was, I believe. Yeah, 'cause there's the tavern. And there's the boat again. Although there was blood all the way over there. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Time saver. Western Docks. There's people. I can see. It's either people or blood. No, that's people because I can see the heart pulsating.
Over there! Crush the leech, boys! Bloody leech! It's on to us!
Yeah, there's another one. Look at all this blood. So much blood in the streets of London.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
This is a lot of blood. "1918, the year the streets of London ran red with blood. But, we have a two-handed weapon. This is a scythe, and cipher distance to use. Okay. That's a hanging corpse, isn't it?
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Oh dear God.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
It must be a vampire too, but we must take down one of our own brethren. I guess. He was persistent, but he was no match for me and my machete.
William was an honourable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
We knew him well. Another lost soul, our kindred still.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They stray with
Jonathan behind you. Hello. Well, that was helpful. Thank you very much.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by scowl?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe so. I already have.
And just like that, she was gone.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to...
And here he comes on a steam-powered boat.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. You'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
We can't really be in. We're not in the market for an all over tan now. There are we, Jonathan.
Closer to understanding what happened to me.
You were bit by a vampire while out for a stroll who was speaking some poetry. Hello, darling. This is a beautiful place. Take the shillings. We could really use them. We took an aluminum shard, I think it said what it said. Couldn't hardly tell.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
You know, I mean, the vampire that bit you, I think, would have looked more charming, and he actually spoke proper English, because he was expressing a beautiful type of poetry. He had a very poetic presence. So the one you're looking for is very elegant, gentlemanlike, classic vampire, seductive in nature. Way upon the stormy river. We should play the Gilligan's Island theme.
Where are we headed?
We're
On
on
a
our way to
3-hour
the
trip.
Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
No, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that scowl. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back. But I will tell you she values her privacy.
Clearly, she won't tell me a damn thing.
Well, London has
And she was there 5 seconds and gone the next.
If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea.
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in...
Yeah, the situation in this game must be very bad for London. You have a flu epidemic.
First and foremost,
You have a vampire epidemic.
a physician. Like
And you have the, I believe, the tail end of World War One.
For modesty, you are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
But the fact that science cannot prove everything, Dr. Swansea. The paranormal does exist.
Then let me be blunt.
Vampires very likely do exist
Join
as
my
well.
staff at Pembroke
As I've been
Hospital.
a big
As a physician, I suspect you'll not find a
fascinator
better
and
place to
learner of
contemplate
the
your
paranormal and the
predicament.
occult of all the types of things since 2015.
I was returning home to see my
Openly
sick
a
mother.
believer in ghosts,
But alas, that was
and
before
I
contracting
wouldn't
this
argue if someone said that vampires exist either.
affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide.
You mean I can
even
quit
have the
stealing
fortune to
shillings?
bring some clean clothes.
'Cause I've been stealing shillings, even your shillings, by the way.
What do you say?
Well, hey,
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book. And the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
yes. I do love friendships. Friendship is a beautiful thing. Especially when you find that one friend that you're destined to be with for life. Even if one of those lives happens to be shorter than it should have been.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane.
That was not matching up with the caption. She began to grow concerned.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scowl said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent. and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Indeedly do.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Well, let go of my hand and go to work. Hello. Take me to a hospital. Analyze William Bishop's blood.
We'll have a word in my office later, Jonathan.
Well, you're blocking the staircase. How do I get in? Is there a door?
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, dry it all.
The voices in my head sing a song of fancy.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse.
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
All right, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there.
Yes,
Take
it
my
is.
word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Blood quality. The blood quality indicates how much XP you will obtain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quality, the more XP you get. Mesmerize. To drink the blood of your prey, you first need to mesmerize them to lead them out of sight from others. Your mesmerized level will be equal to or higher to the citizen's resistance. Press L1 to mesmerize Clay. Intriguing.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Embrace. That's what I came here for. That's what Mikey came here to see, was bloodshed.
You bastard! Didn't have the guts to fuck me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
I don't think you're going to be doing any of that, sir.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
But a beautiful one at that, isn't it?
It's locked.
Yes, it is. Is your mouth clean? Okay, good. I didn't want to look suspicious. Oh good, he finally cleared the way.
It's freezing here. Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
Oh, we just went out for a little bite to eat.
I needed some time to myself.
A little bite to eat. He needed
It's
a
been
little,
the longest and
little.
strangest
He needed a little light dinner.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
Yeah.
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Very good.
What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Wasn't enough time for questions.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
Interesting. He showeth compassion.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Intriguing.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you kindly. Thank you kindly, madam.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
I'll be on my way. Just don't go down there and see a body drain the blood. Yeah, don't do that. It would be very bad for me.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
Indeed. To the left, to the left, to the left. Second floor, she said. Second floor, end of the corridor. Please tell me this is the second floor. Oh, that's Dr. Swansea.
It's locked, all right. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the
yes.
shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Yes, that's far too stereotypical. Treatment serums and to analyze. Crafting. On a workbench you can craft medical treatments to heal sick citizens, serums to boost yourself, and weapon upgrades to improve and customize your weapons. You first need to analyze the components you found to unlock new recipes. Click on the to analyze components. They're gonna health points instantly when health points
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about...
article on Ekans. That's a lot to read, but we'll do it. It is a rare opportunity and almost a privilege to approach a vampire, to observe their most intriguing physical and psychological traits with a scientific and rational eye. Here are some of the most fascinating abilities I've personally observed over the last 10 years while interviewing a few vampires, or Ekan. as they prefer to call themselves. I'm just going to call them vampires. Supernatural speed. A vampire can act and move like a mortal in all his actions, but the trained eye will spot that they have the keenest senses and can react quicker than any mortal. On a few occasions, alarm surprise and necessity to flee, I have seen a vampire move so quickly as it is almost as if he had vanished just to reappear somewhere else. The human eye cannot follow their movements when they act so quickly, but it is not a teleport or dematerialization. It is only a supernatural speed. For me, it is a cat-like attribute, which allows them to run, dodge, or jump longer and faster than us. I also noticed that such speed seems to exhaust them, and that they are bound to physical limitations. Mesmerism. We learned that downstairs. One of the most powerful abilities a vampire can deploy is the capacity to force a mortal to obey them. I call this trait mesmerism. It has nothing to do with the mortal ability to alter a subject's mental state. A vampire can bend a mortal to their will, and they can even break a mind. A vampire I interviewed even told me that the more a subject tries to resist, the more permanent the damage will be, as if the vampire could literally fracture their target's psyche. The same vampire explained to me that his ability required time to master, and that the result could vary widely from one subject to another. Implant a false memory, erase a painful one. The possibilities are endless and frightening. Blood awareness. This may be the most catastrophic ability of all concerning vampires. Since it is the cause of so many tragedies for them and us, vampires crave for blood. They must use their will to restrain themselves from frenziedly drinking every drop of blood they can see. They need blood to function and to express their full supernatural traits. A famished vampire can be very weak, even if he cannot die of hunger or thirst. This need for blood may explain why a vampire is so aroused by it. A vampire confessed to me that blood could sometimes blind him, since its smell and attractiveness can be so strong. When he focuses, a vampire can almost see blood all around them, inside warm bodies, through walls, on a supposedly clean weapon, etc. The same vampire even told me that he could see if a mortal has clean blood or is ill, I'm reading. And that in some cases he can even sense diseases, infected clothing, or even items in a room. If this is true, it could have so many medical applications, it almost beggars belief. All right.
I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
All the time in the world, Doctor. All the time in the world. Some call it a good thing, others call it a curse. It's up to you. Oh, we picked up a fair amount of XP.